Welcome back, everybody. You're here at D's Tackle Box. This is D signing y'all in for another sit down and chit chat about some lures and stuff that we find interesting, you might find interesting. I shared a lot of information about lures throughout the years, about different types of stuff that we come across, different features in old wooden lures, as well as new modern plastic stuff. And with that same mentality, as always, we always want to bring up specific lures that we know for a fact came and went, but at that time when they came through, I don't know, maybe they just had a short lifespan. They didn't perform the way they wanted, or whatever other equation comes into play when it comes to marketing specific types of lures. So in this case, I know we covered cotton Cordell on some other things, but today we have a cotton Cordell lure that I wanted you guys to take a look at. There's a couple of different setups on this one particular lure that I've noticed as I've been finding them. But the original way that I've seen them in the catalog was just like this. And if you saw the cover here, the thumbnail for our video today, and you know this lure, this is a Cordell, not the redfin. This is the Cordell walking stick. And now this lure right here is pretty cool because it comes with a see, if you look at the hook right here, is a two barb hook instead of a treble hook. So it's almost designed to be a weedless lure, and this right here reminds me of some of these Japanese lures that we get. They seem to favor this type of style for going through the weeds and on top of the pads and all that good stuff. On top of that, you have this clasp type weedless or weed guard that is supposed to help this lure or stick bait maintain a weedless retrieve. This walking stick has funny buoyancy as it sits in the water, kind of close to like the way the Pop R, the P70s, the way everybody likes that dip, just like that. But as far as fishing them and being like one of those lures that I would say, man, I gotta have this in my tackle box every time I go out, I'm not too sure that that's the one that I would pick for that. For weedless jobs, I got different lures that I like to count on. But this one here, from what I gathered, as far as information here, I wanted to share with y'all about the walking stick. It says here that it's easy to use top water walking bait that makes you a pro with your first cast. Weedless model for fishing heavy cover. Open water double treble hook model drives them wild with fishing over cover, islands, or creek channels. So that's pretty much all you get on this lure. I don't have a lot of information regarding what years and catalog colors and stuff like that. I did check out a couple of other sites to see if we can get some help, but I did find so far this coral snake color one here. And this one was gifted to me from a buddy of ours in Osaka, Japan. And he sent this one in an exchange for a couple of Texas lures that we had. This is a chartreuse, greenback, interesting Tennessee shad scale type of gray scale pattern on the belly, which usually you just tend to see them whiter on the belly on the underside and darker on the top. So this one might be a good one to throw and see what happens. And it also has the weedless setup right here in the back. See that? Now, as far as that goes, I found this one that had treble hooks on it, just like any other regular stick. And it's even got the, now I'm not sure if they switched this tail out and the hook, because I also found this one in chrome that has the exact same setup. So I'm thinking this is a factory setup. As far as I know, walking stick is the one with the weedless. So I'm sure there's got to be another model on another catalog that covers this one. I'm going to try to look for it. So right now we have that coral one, this blue head, white body one. Really an awesome color for this lure. I think, over clear waters. Killer. The green one that I showed y'all, and this textured classic Cordell type of texture finish to it, and it has a kind of like a shad, silver shad blackback, you know, kills dot right there, and just a complete foil over chrome. Now on this lure, I had a twin of this particular one here, the coral, and so we took it fishing, and we didn't catch anything with it. Missed a bunch of bites because for some reason it just, that metal here kept on, I guess it just wasn't bouncing enough in time that it would let them get hooked, so I missed every single hit. But this sucker flew off or got ripped off or something, and it stayed out there for months until the water came down some, floated right back to our side, picked it up, and look at that, just as good as can be. I can still use it. Now I'm thinking I might, you know, take the time and switch this rear hook, put something smaller, more compact, change this one out too, and try to see what I can do to fish them. On that note, there's also another Cordell, which is totally non-related to this one, but if you like the Cordell spot, which is, you know, everybody knows those. They're in every tackle box that I've found some of those. But this here is your cotton Cordell top spot. Bam! Check this sucker out. So we got a almost like a rattle trap or a sonic, but with the fin on the bottom to catch the water. So I'm kind of curious to see how this one would shimmy on down the water line there. And on the info here for that one, it says top spot, a countdown type sinking surface lure with the action of a spoon. It's an all-around bait, can be jigged as a spoon, fished like a crankbait, or swim it on top. Dressed hook adds flash and color. Now on this paperwork it shows it with the treble hook dressed up like the other one. This one doesn't have that. This one doesn't even have the treble hook, and I got the hooks for these, but I'm going to put them on there correct and then try them out. Now this is a good example that I could show y'all on here. Let me see real quick if we can get this light back on. So we have one that's showing what happens to these lures when they start to get this humidity buildup, you know, those kind of things that happen to the lead exposed inside. They start to crack open and expand, and this is what you end up with. So you can't see it from the top, but you can see it from the profile. Look at that. And so that lead would always split these open, and that happened in a lot of those 50s, 60s baits. You know, just it would swell up and be done with. Now, I wanted to share one other thing. As we work with other people doing this fishing lure collecting thing, we've come across items that are pretty cool that you don't get to see a whole lot. You can hunt them down on eBay or other marketplaces, stuff like that, but it takes a while sometimes to get them. And one of our buddies that collected tackle boxes was able to hook us up with this one. Now this one here is a Cordell one. This one is featured in the catalog that I'm reading to you from. So what I'm trying to do is have live examples of these type of pages on the catalogs. So right now I have, if you notice there, I have that box, which is this one. Yeah. And then we have the coral. We also have, oh man, where is it at? This one, thanks to our buddy Steve Swisher. He sent us this one to fill in that spot up there. And I have the rope that goes on there. What I'm looking for is one of those top spots in this, almost like a sunrise color there. This one I might have already. And this spot on the top here, that is a little bit of a, let's see. That one is more of a silver flash. Nope, that's the gold foil. So if you guys have that one, that spinnerbait, this color in the top spot, and y'all can afford to rehome them, whether it be trade or by means of bartering for some other lures, or just selling them straight out to me. It doesn't matter. I'd like to complete this whole catalog picture there, put it in a display so that we can, you know, freeze that frame right there. So again, this is what I'm working on, guys, and I think that Cordell walking stick lure that we featured today is a pretty odd looking lure. Stay tuned for the next episode that we put out here. It's gonna have some weird looking crankbaits and different types of lures, and we're just gonna see what all they are, what brands they are, see if we can identify them all. Stay tuned for the next one. Until then, this is D signing off. Fish out.